Good evening, beautiful collective. I just got home. I was gonna make some dinner. I'm gonna make some dinner. But the message just came through so strong of get selfish. Get selfish. Do what you want to do. Forget everything else. Do what you want to do. Be selfish. That is alignment with source. And I wanted to make this as soon as I heard it. There's a frustrated energy that came over me driving home when I had nothing to be frustrated with. And then, of course, the universe gives you things if you stay in that energy long enough and says, okay, you want to be frustrated, here you go. But there's an acute awareness that, no, the emotion came first and it had nothing to do with anything outside of me. In fact, it's not my energy. It's not my energy. There's a collective tinge to it. I'm not going to foist it upon anyone in particular. It's a collective energy of frustration for not following the heart's desires. Frustration for not listening to yourself, for not doing the things that you want to do, for not going after what you want and realizing that you are the only one in control of your happiness. You get to make you happy. Nobody else. Nobody else has their finger on that dial. Nobody else gets to turn the spigot of your love. Yeah, it's powerful. And it is frustrated. And I would like to let it flow for myself, for my own selfish desire. That is what I desire to do. That's what I want. So I'm gonna. Oof, man. Frustration. Frustration with holding the self back. Frustration with timelines, with timing, surroundings. But the realization that all of it is, none of that has control over the self. It's really the self allowing anything else to control it. And that's the most frustrating part. The recognition of doubt as being always, every single time, a shadow aspect. Because the self doesn't doubt. The self doesn't doubt itself. It doesn't doubt anything. That is only ego. When you doubt that you are on the path, that is just shadow. When you are afraid you've made a misstep, that is just shadow. You are on the path always. You cannot fall off of it. It is beneath your feet every moment. It is only the illusion of shadow which obscures the path from our view and makes us feel as if we've lost it, or lost ourselves, or lost any such thing. It is never the case. But what a beautiful thing it is to feel that doubt and recognize in that moment how powerfully you desire true knowledge of self, true alignment, how strong your yearning is for your soul purpose. So strong that the thought of not following it creates fear. And that in itself exemplifies how aligned you are. Even if you think you're not. To care so much about being aligned with the highest good that you're afraid that you're not. That is true desire for living in the light of source. And that desire is proof all in itself. It is enough. It is all that is necessary. Nothing else is required. Release that doubt. Surrender that beautiful doubt. And thank it for the opportunity to claim your power again. And to know with certainty you are on your highest path. And your highest path feels good. And just because you feel a moment of doubt doesn't mean you've lost it or fallen off. It's just yourself reaffirming to yourself exactly what your desire is. And your desire is to feel good. It is to follow your heart. And that feels good because it's in alignment with what Source desires. Doubt is always of the shadow, and it's not to be maligned or rebuked or resisted. Your doubting of the path you take demonstrates that you are on the right path. Everything is in your favor. Everything works out for your good, the highest good. They are aligned. They are one. And I am calling the violet flame in to embrace this feeling, not to destroy it, to uplift it into the light, to show it for what it really is. Doubt is desire that doesn't believe in itself. Desire that doesn't believe that it is worthy. It is worthy. It could not be otherwise. For even the fear of being wrong, if a thing were to be wrong, it would be right in its wrongness. Do you see? And therefore it would be right. Pull a few cards to let this energy express further. Bottom of this deck is the Four of Wands, crossed by the Two of Cups. This is the desire. And the frustration in one. The fear of this, the doubting of this. Death underneath. A redefining of many things. A redefining of home, a redefining of love, of relationships. A releasing of the versions of these that no longer serve us. And a desire for a full rebirth in these areas. Death, crossed by the Knight of Swords. There is an ending. This feels like 10 of Swords. There's truth being spoken in this regard. This is frustration also. Someone else resisting this change. And creating doubt in the self because of that. An externalized, what is often referred to as third party, but the third party energy is only for the reflection of the internalized energy. It is hardly relevant that it's manifested in another human being. All the same, it appears much more intimidating and real in that form. Social pressures, family pressures, creating doubt in the self of whether or not one is following the highest good in their redefining and pursuit of this. But there is realization that all of this is shadow tactic. The light never is defensive. It is neutral. It is non-judgmental. It is allowing. It accepts all. Programming is triggerable. Programming, shadow, ego, unawakened ego, is what becomes triggered and resists and attempts to convince one of the error of their ways, to instill doubt. And there's a frustration with realizing all of that as well, and how many times we have fallen prey to it and allowed that doubt to arise. There's nothing wrong with that. Fearful people fear people. Every energy, every emotion begets itself. Those who are hurting hurt others, and so ultimately it is of no benefit to judge them, only to see that they are hurting and reacting out of fear, because they have not yet claimed their own power. All the same, it is for you to claim your power. You cannot claim it for another. There is no power in a selfless act that is inherently powerless and cuts the divine out of the picture. You must be selfish. Yeah, all of this bookended by the sun. There is victory in this. There is the realization, look at the color and design match of these. This is the truth. This is the way. All of this doubt, it's okay to have. This is your path, and it's okay to doubt it. It's still your path. That's why the doubt is so strong. Ego, shadow ego, will do everything it can to keep you diminished, to keep you in fear, in lower, lesser vibration, because it is itself afraid that you are leaving it behind, that it has no place now, that it cannot follow you, and so it must keep you controlled. Tell your doubt that even it has a place at your table. It too is welcome. It will not be left out in the cold. It will not be judged as unworthy, nor shall you. Bring it to the light. Bring it into union. Call it home. That is what is happening to you. You are being called to union. You are being called home. As above, so below. Called into teamwork. To the divine mission. This is not just any mountain. This is a sacred mountain. Mount Sinai. This is where the hermit goes for sacred rituals, to delve into the self, so that the great work may be done. Yes, the sun is crossing judgment, or judgment is crossing the sun. The light is being revealed, and the Father of Cups wishes to give to a meaningful connection, to create a real sense of community, and wants to be happy, to be the one who chases their own dream. He wants to give the cup that he's held on to for so long, held on to for the sake of others, to appear strong, to help them fill themselves. He wants to do that for himself. He wants to be filled. He deserves it. He wants to receive and to give in equal portion. Anything else from the universe about this? This frustration. It is a collective sensation. Venus went into Sagittarius today, and the desire to go after what one wants is becoming strong and will only increase. It is the call of the energy. It is divinely aligned, this. You have to please yourself. You cannot ask others to please you, and they cannot ask you to please them. You must please yourself. This one is displeased with the shuffling of the cards, but I'm not asking him to be pleased. I'm pleasing myself. Thank you. Yeah, he's gonna be unhappy. Frustration with not getting what one wants. Realization that you have all the power to get what you desire. You don't have to fight anybody for it. You can just do it. You can just go do it. It's not hurting anyone, because all the power for them to be pleased lies in themselves. You have options. So do they, whether or not they see it. You have options. This is your option. They stayed right together. I shuffled 3 times. Twice, 3, thrice, I know not, but They come out exactly, almost exactly the same. To deny your soul path is to deny yourself happiness, is to deny your truth, your divinity, your connection with Source. And that is not fair to anyone, especially yourself, because that is not the highest good. It is not your highest good. Keep clarifying just the animals today. Why is the Four of Wands here? We want that homecoming so much. Why is the Four of Wands here? Because we want it passionately. Because we want to do this. We want to take this new journey. We want to follow our heart. Why is the Ace of Wands here? Death is at the bottom of the deck, and the Ace of Wands is here because it's time. Because things are aligned for this. The energy is right for this. It's just right. It all makes sense. Nothing makes more sense than this. It's right on every level of existence. It's in full alignment with divine plan and will in accordance. And I am not going to deny what the divine wants. That is what I hear. I'm not going to stand in my own way anymore, nor will I stand in the way of Earth's ascension and the benefit of all humanity. Just because someone thinks that I might be doing the wrong thing, I will not stand for that. I stand for self, true self. And I know beyond the shadow of doubt. Beyond the shadow of doubt. New beginning. Ascended, new beginning. Not just a willingness to take the leap, but a desire. A desire to. Why is the Two of Cups here? Beautiful Spirit, thank you for everything. Because I know, once again, and because I have waited long enough, because this energy I'm sitting in is no longer a sanctuary. It is no longer where I desire to be. I have gone within. I have done the work. I trust myself. I know. It is the time to move. It's the time for greater things, for higher things, higher expression of self, purer, truer, more authentic. Why is the Four of Swords here? I'm drawn to the Lamb as well, being pure and innocent. And knowing this fact, that this is not ego-driven. Energy cannot be impure. He's very frustrated. No, thank you. Thank you. Justice. He is expressing the fullest level of this frustration. Divine Masculines. That energy must come out. Why is the Four of Swords here? These cards are getting awfully messy. Why is the Four of Swords here? Desire to move, desire to, whoa, that's too many. But, yeah, that's way too many. Things got all mixed up. I won't say it's too many. I'll take a peek. We're letting go. This is in reverse. We want to stop holding on. Stop holding on. Follow the attraction. Speak the truth. Stop putting ourselves out in the cold. We have the strength to do it. We want to make an earnest offer somewhere else. A new beginning. Something we've been watching. Okay. Teamwork at the bottom. Why is the Four of Swords crossing the Two of Cups? There's a realization of this being a spiritual purpose, this connection, and that denying it is denying our growth. It is denying our spiritual growth. Yeah, it's a wish we asked for that we are blocking. We desired this. We asked for it from Divine. Divine saw it was in alignment for the highest good. It could not be given otherwise. It's different from being stuck in a karmic cycle. The universe doesn't give you karma, you give it to yourself. And when you ask for a wish, you give that to yourself too, but you must receive it. And there's the frustration with not receiving it, because it is there. It is there. It is divinely accorded to you. And not receiving it is causing a lot of anxiety, distress, frustration. Why is Judgment here? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Universe. Why is Judgment here? We are calling judgment. The divine kind of judgment. That which is light emerging from shadow. That which is not condemnation, but awareness. Why is Judgment here? We know the path. We know the path, and we're tired of denying it to ourselves. We know that this is the path to true abundance. We know this connection is appropriate. It does not matter what other people deem appropriate. They are people speaking from egoic, unbalanced shadow perspective. The divine says this connection is correct. Ten of Cups. Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups. I mean, this is the gift from above. This is a gift from God, from Source, Spirit, Creator. It is what was manifested in purity. In purity. In true desire for the highest good, in sublimation of the ego and the self to a greater will. All the details were relinquished. Everything. The specifics of the outcome and the timing, all of it was given up. This was offered earnestly to the divine with the deepest, most vulnerable, quietest part of the heart. It is the deepest wish, and it has been granted. And shadow would say that it is wrong. But it is not wrong, because it is everything that was wished for, and more, and more. And it has a spiritual, there's a mission attached to this. The soul's mission, the soul's purpose is a part of this. That is coming to light. It must, because denying it is only writhing in shadow, writhing in this lower vibration, writhing in unhappiness, disappointment, resentment. That is not healthy. There is another way. There is another option. And it's the option that is revealed from going within, from seeing that this is the highest path. It does not matter. All of this happiness is deserved. The soul deserves more than to writhe in this place of self-denial, of conscious ignorance, not ignorance. To run away from the soul path, from what God has given to you because of your earnest, because of the purity of your heart. This is the request of a pure heart. It is not short-sighted. It is not. It is the deepest spiritual kind of love, the most love that can be given. And it is what is requested, is what is desired, this new beginning. This is where the strength is found, in going after this, in being surrounded by shadow within and without that would seek to deny you this happiness because it is afraid, because it knows that this is your highest path to the light, and it does not understand. It is afraid to be left out in the cold, so it is bringing you out into the cold. It cannot remain so. By speaking your truth, you uplift all. You shine a light on all. You bring warmth to all. No matter what they say. There's a growing peace in this. For me, at least. Letting this express. There are many deeply spiritual cards here. Angelic cards, High Arcana, the Queen of Cups, the Full Cup of Love, the Hermit. These cards don't come out for someone who is operating on ego. They do not. Have you seen the devil in this reading? Have you seen the Seven Swords? Have you seen cards of illusion and conflict? I do not see a single one. Not a single one. All of these are beautiful cards. Look. Desire for this homecoming and union with the awareness that the timing is right, that things are aligned. Realization that this connection came from a wish that is being fulfilled, a wish that was asked from one pure at heart. It is a pure, true heart's desire being granted in this form, in the form of love. How do we know that? Because it literally is being dropped from heaven. Because divine judgment deemed it so. Divine judgment said, yes, this is holy and true and delights us. This connects all the dots. This is in alignment with our plan, our will, the highest decree. It is not an illusion. It is not an illusory victory. The battle won within is the battle won without. If you sublimate this fear in yourself, this doubt in yourself, it cannot continue to exist externally. It is law. If you wish to free others from the burden of their ill feeling, you must begin in the self. By being selfish. By pursuing what it is that you desire without remorse. And knowing that this truly brave act I'm returning for the strength card, but there it is. This truly brave act in pursuing this new ascended beginning brings everyone out of the cold. Speaking this truth, following this attraction. It is time. This brings everyone to a higher cycle by doing this. This is the final tower. towers fall for a reason. This is divine lightning striking down. You are being initiated to the highest spiritual order. Have the strength to take this leap, to speak your truth, to admit attraction, and to lean into the power of energy, energetic attraction. Because that is where the abundance lies. That is how you unlock your true potential. That is how you walk your highest path. By being selfish. Thank you for listening and taking this journey with me. I am quite delighted in myself for it. And ultimately, that is all that matters. Have a beautiful evening, souls. I love you.